Instead, Volvo is an enterprise API payment gateway. Instead of fixed monthly subscriptions, companies pay per API call automatically with full spending controls on chain. Vendors choose how they get paid, Bitcoin via Lightning or STX on stacks. All contracts are deployed on testnet. Companies spend thousands per month on API subscriptions, data feeds, analytics, KYC, compute. Industry data from Silo and Flexera show that 30 to 50% of that capacity goes unused. There are no centralized spending controls. Treasury funds sit idle between payments, and there's no unified audit trail. Well, what's changed that? Here's how it works. When an employee or system needs an external API, the service responds with HTTP 4 or 2, pay me this amount. Volvo's gateway contracts authorize the spend on chain, checking rules, policies, daily limits, and replay protection. Then settlement happens, and this is what makes Volvo different. If the vendor accepts Bitcoin, Lightning delivers the payment in under a second. If the vendor accepts STX, the Vault release funds on chain directly. Some governance layer, some policies enforcement, some audit trail, different settlement rate. We don't force vendors into one chain. Meanwhile, idle funds are shielded through dual staking, and our MCP server lets AI agents trigger X4 or 2 payments through natural conversation. This is agent-to-agent commerce on stacks. The architecture is straightforward. APIs set their price via X4 or 2. Clarity for smart contracts handle governance, roles, policies, replay protections. The Vault manage treasury and shield. And then settlement splits. Lightning for BTC senders, on chain for STX vendors. The MCP server connects cloud desktop for AI-driven operations. Well, let me show how it works. This is the Vault dashboard. That means sees everything at a glance: Vault balance, spending analytics with burn rate, batches alerts, one role approach their daily limits, Lightning network status, and the emergency circuit breaker. Everything updates in real time. This is here. This is the X4 or 2 payment flow. An employee requests data from the Weather Oracle API. The service responds HTTP 4 or 2, pay me this amount. Vault Gateway checks the role, the policy, the daily limit, and that the payment ID hasn't been used before, all enforced on chain by Clarity contracts. Okay, if the vendor accepts Bitcoins, Lightning settles in under a second. If they accept STX, the Vault release funds directly. Some governance layer either way, different settlement rate. All 5 contracts are live on stacks testnet. Okay. Well, go to Lightning. The Lightning page shows the node status, settlement stats, and invoice creation. Lightning handles the BTC settlement path, over $1 billion in a month's volume, sub-second delivery, near zero fees. For vendors on stacks, the on-chain path handles it directly. It's directly. I'm sorry for the error. Go to roles and policies. The governance layer is where Vault really shines. Roles define who can spend, and means operators, viewers. Each role has daily limits enforced by the smart contract. Services are individually approved with maximum amounts per request. The Vault release payment function is gated exclusively to the gateway contract. No one else can move funds. If someone exceeds the limit, the contract rejects it on chain. No API keys to manage, no manual approvals. Go to transactions. Every transaction is recorded on chain. Deposits, X4 or 2 payments, shield events, rejections, real-time step from Clarity 4 on the governance contract, complete audit trail for compliance. Okay. Go to Vault. The Vault manage the treasury, deposits, withdrawals, and shield allocation. The balance breakdown shows that what's available, what's earning shields through dual staking, and what's being spent. Multi-asset, STX natively, SBTC, and USDC X via SIP 010. Okay. Well, we are closing. Vault is built with Clarity 4 smart contract deployed on testnet with 90 passing tests, enterprise security, replay protection, SSRF wars, right limiting, circuit breaker, multi-asset support, dual settlement paths, and an MCP server for AI agent integration. The security patterns come from the audited USDCX code base. We believe the subscription model for APIs is broken. Vault is our answer, an automated payment gateway that governs spending on chain, settles in BTC or STX depending on the vendor, and puts idle capital to work. Same governance, vendor's choice. Thank you very much.